British soldiers are creating broken homes and single mothers in Kenya. They get these women and these young girls pregnant and leave the country, leave them to raise these kids by themselves with no accountability and responsibility. There was a story that was done by Africa News, and they followed a few of these biracial kids that were being raised with just their mothers because the fathers, aka the British soldiers that impregnate them, leave the country without claiming the children and without any help. So most of these women struggle to raise biracial kids in Kenya, which they say that there's some sort of taboo, especially those that are raising these kids in the rural areas where the barracks are, where the British military soldiers are staying. So what they do is have a relationship, this fling with them, and discard them like they're nothing. Let me show you this clip. We'll come back and discuss.
Margaret Wandia became pregnant after a week-long relationship with a British soldier training near her community in Kenya. Then Wandia was in her early 20s and worked as a bartender. She knew little about the serviceman, but he left her with a biracial child. Her son, Louis Kitonga, faces an identity crisis. I found out about my pregnancy after 3 months. I had to take care of the pregnancy, but he was nowhere in sight. I had no information on whether the troops had left or they were present. I found out that my child was biracial when I gave birth. Gitonga is now part of an effort by a Kenyan lawyer to take a number of such children to Britain. Like many biracial children in largely conservative Kenya, Gitonga says he has felt excluded and stigmatized for being too white. Everywhere I pass, people call me a white man. Others call me an albino. These names cause me a great deal of pain and hurt.
As you saw, some of the kids are grown now and they are struggling with their identity. And since they don't look like their siblings or the people that are living around them, they feel like they don't belong to that community, and they're made fun of, as some of the kids said, and people don't believe or claim them as if they're, fully Kenyan or fully African. So because of that reason, they grow up with issues, they grow up with identity crisis, and there's not a lot of help that is being offered to them because guess what? The soldiers have already left and they do not care about the kids that they have, the kids that they themselves brought into this world because of the relationship they had with these mothers. They don't help financially, they don't help emotionally, they don't even claim their kids. So most of the kids are being raised without a father figure, and that hurts them, and that they have more questions than answers, and these kids are asking for help. Unfortunately, they're not really getting any help because there's no way of tracking the soldiers, because the army refuses to give information to these women. They refuse to hold their own accountable. So they go on, they live their lives, they'll start a new family wherever they are, and they never look back. They never care what happens to the children that they have brought into this world. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem.